Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my channel if you are new. Welcome to my family. All right, today I'm going to be talking about something pretty serious, okay? I'm going to be talking about conceiving after marriage, all right? Conceiving after marriage. And that is going to be in the Black community, in the African community in general, because I'm African and I'm Black, so I want to focus on my community because I don't really know if it happens with the Caucasians and with the Asians and all that stuff. I'm going to focus on Black people. All right. What I mean by conceiving after marriage is this. All right. So much pressure is being put on African girls or Black girls in general when they are about to get married and also after getting married. And what I mean by that is this. You will find some cultures or even some countries prior to marriage, they will get their son to get the girl that they're planning to get married to pregnant before marriage. Some people, when you go to their marriage, excuse me, the lady is already 4 months in into her pregnancy, or sometimes even 2 months in. It's just that it's not quite visible yet, but yeah, some of them are already pregnant as they're getting married. On their wedding ceremony night, they're already pregnant. But I have no issue with that if the pregnancy is actually what they both wanted, what the lady and the guy wanted. I have no issue with that, okay? But I have an issue with it when it actually comes from pressure from in-laws, okay? And most times it comes from the male side, from the husband side. It's always the husband side that puts so much pressure on the lady for that kind of thing to happen, all right? And my own thing is this. You expect a mother-in-law to know better because most of them are born in 1970s, 1950s, 1930s and everything. You expect them to know better because, back then, they never had careers and everything. They couldn't work and everything. Back then, the household had one income. It's a man that did everything. And back then, most of them were very frustrated from just having one income or from always having to go to their husband to always beg for money. Please, honey, I need diapers for the child, everything. Nowadays, it's 2021. Things are different, okay? So you expect these mother-in-laws to actually be very happy that nowadays women have rights. Women can actually get to do something with themselves. Women can actually fetch and provide for their kids. And women can actually, bring more to the table than before. You expect them to actually be proud of that and to actually be happy and to actually be there for their daughters-in-laws when they get married. Because one thing about Black people is this: most Black mother-in-laws, they don't take their son's wife as their own daughters, okay? You have to understand something. One thing that Black people fail to understand is this: you might not like the lady, the woman that your husband chose to make his partner. You might not like her. Maybe she has some traits that you don't like. And most times it's because you cannot control her, or maybe you feel like you cannot get away with certain things I used to get away with. That's why most African moms don't like their daughter-in-laws, But even if she has some bad traits that you cannot stand, that's your daughter-in-law. That's your child's choice. And you just have to live with it. Your own kids too, your own daughters are not perfect, and they're going to end up being somebody's wife too tomorrow, and their mother-in-laws have to deal with it. That's the way you have to deal with it. Your daughters are not perfect, but you actually choose to be there for them. You choose to love them despite everything. So why don't you just do the same thing for your kid, for your kid's wife? Because at the end of the day, he's going to be the one to deal with her. He's going to be the one to be living with her, to be doing everything with her. It's not going to be your business. It's only once in a while that they're going to run to you for advice and all that stuff, but it's really not going to be your business. So why don't you rather be there for her and cheer her up and encourage her in whatever decision she takes or whatever decision they both take in their marriage, and just hope for the best, pray for the best. And what I mean by that is this. There are a lot of reasons why somebody might not conceive after marriage, okay? There is stress, okay? Stress and pressure. A woman needs to be zen. She needs to be well internally and spiritually and mentally to be able to conceive, okay? And the man too. Stress has a lot of impact on fertility. Another thing is diet. Because we spend our youth in our 20s. Who is focused on thinking about giving birth? We focus on partying, just having fun, eating all the burgers, all the roasted chicken that we find, all the roasted fish that we find. We don't focus on, we focus on enjoyment. Diet impacts fertility too. Sugar for men is a big deal. Sugar too impacts your sperm count, impacts men's fertility. Some men, they drink a lot and it can impact their fertility. That might be the reason why they can't conceive. Some men too, they might contact some venereal diseases throughout their dating phase, and that's the reason why they're not able to conceive now. Maybe they didn't know, but that's the reason why they're not able to conceive. Same thing for ladies too. And some people too, it's some health issues that are not even aware of. It's after marriage that they get to find out. Or some people too, it's by choice. Maybe they don't just want to have kids right after marriage, which is pretty understandable, and there's nothing wrong with that. They might want to enjoy each other's presence prior to having kids, build memories together, things that they can reminisce over, especially for us ladies. You need to build a lot of things that you can reminisce over prior to having kids, because it's very good. They say, when you give birth and everything, the kids are for both of you. But no, most times the kids always end up being for the woman. You end up giving birth for yourself, because the man is the one that goes out there fetching for money to come and take care of the family and everything. He doesn't have time to be changing diapers every time and all those things, all the crying and all the homeworks. The lady is gonna have to be the one to take maternity leave. Then later on, depending on how things go, depending on your family's income, he might not have money for daycare services, he might not have money for nannies and all that stuff. And you end up finding yourself being a housewife for the next 7 years. And you were not ready for that. For the next 7 years, you end up being the one doing all the kids' homeworks, all the kids' laundries, house chores, everything is on you. And that's gonna end up giving you depression. But if you have had, good memories, good things that you can reminisce over prior to your marriage, you're gonna be using those things now to be content, to be like, okay, at least I enjoyed. At least me and my husband, we did things together and everything. Or maybe if your husband cannot help you, you're not gonna take it personal, because you'll be like, my husband it's not easy on him. He's working hard to provide for us and everything, and he's doing what he can do and everything. And you just focus on doing what you gotta do to also, and you won't be complaining, But these in-laws, even on your wedding night, most African girls, they are really under pressure, because maybe even prior to their marriage, their in-laws are already making side comments or giving them random attitudes. On your wedding night, even you're not happy. Instead for you, they're singing for you. Allow me to enjoy myself. All the money I spent on your money for you to be shaking, for you to be dancing, shaki to shaki, for you to be doing, enjoy yourself, because that's basically your last big party that you will be free without dragging kids all over the place, for you to be enjoying. You are there thinking about how am I going to be able to be fertile after marriage? Am I going to be praying in your heart that you'll be able to conceive? No, that's not how life is supposed to be. That's not how life is supposed to be. Sometimes even you enter marriage, even some men, they end up not treating their wives well later on. Some men, they end up getting married to their woman because they don't want to keep her waiting. But it doesn't mean that they're ready for kids. Some men are working hard on their career path. Some men, they want to be somewhere before they even have their first child. Some men, they don't just want to, they know that kids are going to slow them down. And when they get married to their wife, they have an agreement. They tell their wife that, honey, listen, I'm not ready for kids. I want to enjoy life and everything. I want to work hard. I have this business idea and everything. Please give me 5 years. Please give me 3 years. I promise you, if by that time I haven't gotten to where I want to get to, we'll go ahead and have the kids. It's not your fault. We're gonna go ahead. It means I failed and it's my fault. We're gonna go ahead and have at least have one kid coming. Some people have agreements, and it's not always the woman that cannot even conceive. Sometimes it's the man that cannot conceive. Sometimes you go to the hospital and they tell you that your husband is the one that has issues. The husband has issue and they come home and they have an agreement. Sometimes the man is gonna beg the wife, plead with the wife, please don't leave me. It's gonna be shameful. They're gonna laugh at me. Sometimes even go using other ways for the wife to conceive. The child might not even be his child. Maybe he's gonna tell the wife to maybe go out there and conceive and everything, and he's gonna be willing to raise the child because he knows that he can't. He cannot. He's not potent enough to be able to have his own kids. But that's your business. Black people in general, we don't know how to mind our own business. We're always drinking paracetamol for somebody else's headache. Why are you drinking Nivaquine for somebody's sickness? Mind your own business. Because Some of you were talking about how you don't want to have an inheritance, you don't want to have this, you don't want to have that. Yeah, some people might not conceive after marriage because of several reasons. They might conceive 10 years later and everything. If you as an in-law, you have 4 kids, you have 2 kids, you have 5 kids, focus on your other kids that are giving birth. Some of you guys are not even having any impact in your grandkids' life, but you're just pressuring your kids to be giving birth anyhow. Focus on your other grandkids that you have and give them their space, give them their time, give them their sanity to be able to conceive whatever it happens. You know? It's just crazy. And some of you guys too, you don't even know that you not being able to conceive in that marriage, you know, is sometimes God's timing. God maybe knows that person has some traits that are hiding, because we all leave our parents' home to get married to somebody. You know, we don't live with someone. Most of us, we get married, we have never been under the same roof with the same person. Some of us, we even get married, we have never been under the same roof with our spouse for a week prior to marriage. Never ever. We don't even know if they can help us with house chores. We don't even know if they can even help you wash those 2 dishes in the sink. You don't know. And you're entering marriage and you start conceiving right away. And it's after marriage you start telling them, now, honey, can you please help me with the dishes? And be like, oh, I'm tired, I'm busy, I've had a long day and everything. And you know, that's how depression comes in, because you get to do everything by yourself. Everything by yourself. You know, and I also do believe that, yeah, women might not speak on it. Women might choose not to speak on it, but I also do believe that, you know how they say you can manifest whatever you want, how whatever internal thoughts you have is whatever you're going to produce. There are some women that, whether I like it or not, some women, they enter marriage, they are deadly scared of giving birth. They are scared. And it's after getting married that maybe they can voice it out to their partner, and their partner is going to encourage them and convince them, listen, I'm going to be there for you, honey. I know it's scary. I know it's the biggest sacrifice that you're going to have to do for me, you know, in our lifetime and everything. And I want to let you know that I'm going to appreciate you. I'm going to be there for you, you know, and accompany the woman in that. That's why some women, even they end up giving birth. Some people think some women end up having post depression after giving birth is because of just the pain of giving birth. No. You said they were not ready. They were pressured into it. A woman needs to get ready physically, internally. She needs to, you know, work on certain things. If she needs to lose weight prior to giving birth, she needs to lose weight before conceiving. Some of them, it's like losing weight. You might want to lose weight before conceiving. Some women, they don't end up reaching a certain weight goal before they conceive, and they end up getting pregnant, and the weight comes and they pile up more weight and everything. And after they give birth, they are depressed. They cannot work on themselves to lose that weight. There are so many things. You know, mother-in-laws, please give your daughters-in-laws a break. Give them a break. What is it? Some of them is because you were miserable in your own marriage with your husband in the past. But that's old school. You're not happy to see your daughter-in-law enjoying life right now. You're not happy to see how your son is spending money on her traveling, you know, her being well kept, being in a good home, in a good house and everything, a well kept home and everything. You know, enjoyment. You're not happy to see her enjoying. You know, and some of you guys just have issues. Some of you guys, even your daughter-in-law end up giving birth to one child, but she might not be able to conceive after again, and you will still complain. So what do you want at the end of the day? What do you want? That shows that it's not just about you wanting her to conceive. It's just evilness. It's just wickedness. You just want to see her getting used and going through pain and everything. And some of them, they even end up losing their lives because maybe they have some health issues and everything. And maybe the doctor clearly told them that, listen, I wouldn't advise you to conceive, or I wouldn't advise you to conceive right now. Some people have fibroids. I will not advise you to conceive right now because this and this and this and this and this. And they'll end up putting themselves through something, and they end up dying on the hospital bed because of pressure. Because they wanted to please their mother-in-law. You know, it's not nice. You know, we need to encourage, you know, you go through things to get wisdom from it and to be there for others. You know, to be there for them later on when they go through those things. You know, don't just put pressure and pressure and pressure, unnecessary pressure. You don't know what the person is going through. You don't know what they are going through. It might be by choice that they don't want to conceive. It's okay. You know, that's why some of your sons, they enter marriages and everything. You put so much pressure. Maybe they're not able to conceive in the next 3 years, in the next 5 years and everything. You put so much pressure on your son and he ends up stepping out on the wife. When maybe that was just the period that God was about to bless him. He ends up stepping out on the wife, and he ends up having kids out there, 2, 3, 5 kids, depending on how long it took them to conceive. And it's most times is when they go step out there and conceive that it's during that same period that they'll end up impregnating their wife. And later on, that inheritance that you were talking about, later on the man has 5 kids outside, 3 kids with his legitimate wife and everything, ends up having so many kids in the future, and those kids, they end up killing each other on the inheritance when the dad dies or something. It's not worth it. Let people be. Let people enjoy each other. I do believe that depending on when you got married, if you got married in your 20s, 24, some people even get married at 22. I don't even know why. I don't even know why. If you get married at 22, 24, yeah, take 5 years. Enjoy your marriage. 30 is not late. 32 is not late. 35 is not late. Let nobody deceive you. Enjoy your marriage. Get to know your partner. Enjoy each other. Get to do all the freaky things you want to do together prior to marriage. Because after marriage, some people think health issues come in. Different things happen. You didn't enjoy the freakiness prior to marriage. Then your partner ends up getting sick with all this conceiving things and all that stuff, and you cannot do certain things with your partner anymore. You get frustrated, and your husband starts cheating on you and everything. Don't listen to people. You get married in your 30s, at least enjoy 2 to 3 years before you start conceiving. Some of you guys, get your financial situation together before you start having kids. It's better for you to give birth late and have a good financial situation and be mentally sane up the stake of those kids than to give birth early and you end up frustrating those kids and they end up hating you. Take your time. Human beings are always going to be humans. Do not listen to people. Some people are just frustrated goat, frustrated spirit. They were sent on earth here to come and be monitoring people's how people use the genitals. That's their mission. Some people are just miserable, and they want everybody to be miserable. Do not listen to people. Do not listen to people. If your husband told you that, honey, I am not ready to have kids now, and you agreed to it, do what you agreed to. Take your time to conceive. Do not trick your husband into conceiving, because later on, you're going to be the one to carry it on your head. That child is going to be your child. Because your husband told you. You cannot say he didn't. He told you, but he didn't listen. Sometimes when a man tells us those things, we think they are joking. They are not joking. When a man opens his mouth and tells you something, he's not joking. Because when you end up tricking him, frustration is going to come in. And he's going to start stepping out on you. All kinds of stuff are going to start happening. No. Do things in your own pace. Whatever decision, when you guys are cuddling at night, whatever agreements you guys have between each other, God said you're going to leave your parents' house, come together and be one and build your own family. Forget about outsiders. When you guys come together, have an agreement, respect that agreement and stick to each other, have each other's back. The best answer to a foolish person is to keep quiet. When somebody is telling you, oh, you're married for 5 years, you're not going to see yet. No. Just, when I say, alright, tell them, mind your own business, or you just ignore them. Don't take it personal. If that person was busy enough and they were happy enough in their own marriage, they were not going to be focused on yours. Don't take it personal. They are just bitter morphos. That's all. Focus on you and your well-being. If you need to lose weight prior to conceiving. If you need to work on your diet prior to conceiving, work on your diet. If you need to, better yourself in your career, better yourself. Whatever you want, do it. Even if you decide to have kids, at the end of the day, you decide to have kids. It's not everybody that's meant to have kids. I am sorry. It's not everybody that's meant to have kids. Some people know, internally they know that they cannot take care of kids, but they end up having kids and they end up being miserable tomorrow. If you cannot have kids, you cannot have kids. You don't want to have kids, you don't want to have kids. Sometimes a couple don't want to have kids, you don't want to have kids, you don't want to have kids. Money is money. Money is just there to be there. Money is there to be enjoyed in the present. If tomorrow you die and you have many nieces and nephews, it's just that the black man is just focused on you have to give birth to your own. You have to give birth to your own. No. You have to know yourself and you have to be truthful with yourself. If you end up being a billionaire tomorrow, your siblings, they have kids. Take care of them. Make it a mission to take care of them. Take care of them. You get happy from seeing the help that things that you have helped others accomplish. Take care of your siblings' kids. Help them achieve. You don't have to have kids if you don't want to have kids. You know, that wealth you're going to have it, you will leave it behind. You can even leave it to your own kids that you gave birth to, and they're going to end up misusing it or not using it well, or end up losing the whole fortune. So stop focusing on whatever people outside say. Focus on you. That's the issue, black people. Focus on you. Stop focusing on outsiders. Focus on you. What do you want? This is what I want, and I am going to stick to it. This is what I and my partner want, and I am going to stick to it. And I'm going to stick to it. You know? Before you get married, confide in your partners, your fears, confide in your partner, confide in each other. Your secrets, confide in each other. Trust me. There are people out there. You'll fall on somebody that is going to understand you and will be willing to work with you in whatever path you chose or whatever path you guys choose together. You know? Do you. Forget about people. Forget about people. There's always going to be people to talk. They always have something to say. The human beings are never going to be satisfied. You don't have a child, they'll say you don't have a child. You give birth to one, they'll say it's a female, it's not a male. Females are not important. You give birth to one, maybe you cannot conceive again for the next 3 years. They're going to say how. No. Focus on you. Okay? And to my sisters out there, if you're not able to conceive, you know, it's never too late. When you're 35, you're 30, it's never too late. I've seen people that conceive at 50, 48, 45. You know, it's never too late. As long as your husband has your back, be strong. No need to get depressed. Be strong. As long as your husband has your back, just keep being the wonderful woman that you are. Keep taking care of yourself. Keep being a good environment for your husband. Take care of him. Be there for him. Listen to him. Treat him. You might not have kids now, but he's your first baby. Take care of him. Don't listen to people. Men respond to things based on how they feel at home. As long as your man is content with you and you are his happy place and you make him feel good, trust me. It doesn't matter how long it takes, he's going to be by your side. Trust me. He's not even going to go outside there and have kids and everything. No. Most men that end up stepping outside because they're not even happy with their wives at home. Their wife is not a happy place. Every day they go home complaining. Be your husband's happy place. Trust me, and miracles are going to happen. Those are the things that they don't tell you. Miracles are going to happen. You know? As long as your husband has your back, keep doing what you gotta do. Work on yourself. And whenever it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You're going to receive a bundle of joy. You take out a bundle of joy. Everything's going to be fine. And as a man too, if you have trouble conceiving and you want to end up adopting, there's no issue with that. If you want to end up finding other ways for your wife to conceive, there's no issue with that. That's your family's secret. That's your own business. Fuck whatever the world has to say. It's your own business. You're the one that's going to cater for those kids tomorrow financially. You're the one that's going to raise them. It's your business. Okay? It's your business. You know? People are always going to talk. Always going to talk. But you have to be strong. You have to be strong. You know? Humans are humans. Strong and believe in God's time. If they told you that nothing is wrong with you, nothing is wrong with you and your husband, you have to stick to each other. Trust in God, and it's going to happen someday. Even if you end up having one is enough. One is enough, okay? One is enough. Because tomorrow is not promised. You might even end up giving birth to all those kids. You never know. Tomorrow is not promised. You might end up dying. You know? So there's no need of stressing yourself out. Alright? So that's all I had to say. And yeah, if you can relate to this video, thumbs up. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. Join my family. Alright? Join my family. It will be really appreciated. Alright? So yeah. Alright, bye.